Good day to you all, my family and friends, and welcome to today's devotional connection. One of my favorite stories in the Bible comes on Resurrection Sunday, when I'm trying to present children who Jesus really is and what he is really like. This is a story that's in my immediate repertoire. Today, I want to share with you a little bit of the story, and it takes place in Luke, and it reads like this. Now, that same day, Resurrection Sunday, two of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking with each other about everything that had happened. And as they discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them. But they were kept from recognizing him. He asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, with their faces downcast. One of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you only a visitor to Jerusalem, and do not know the things that have happened there in these days?" "What things?" Jesus asked. That's in Luke 24, verses 13 through 19. Now you have to catch the nuances of the story. The disciples are saddened and upset, defeated even. Their hopes have been dashed as they walk along, as they're walking away, discussing everything that has transpired. Jesus walks up on them casually, as if he was just a passerby, and then hides himself so they don't recognize him. I often remind my students when I'm talking to them of what has happened this day. Jesus has just accomplished the impossible. He has just defeated Satan for all time. He has just come through the cross and the grave. He has returned to being the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, with all power in his hands. The entire universe is awaiting his commands. You would think that he has more important things to do. But it is what he thinks is important that truly amazes me about him. He does the most important thing to him at the time, and that is to go and uplift his friends. Now, how he does it gets me excited because this is my personality. He goes in and plays tricks on his friends. What do you mean, what things? Excuse me, sir. The things about you, the things about what you just did, the things about your things, the things all about you. If I didn't know anything else about him, I'd love this guy. He's my kind of friend. But let's keep reading. About Jesus of Nazareth, they replied. He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. And what is more, it is the third day since all this took place. In addition, some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early this morning but didn't find his body. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. And then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women said, but him they didn't see. At this point, you would think he would pop out and say, "Hey guys, it's me, I'm back." And yet he doesn't. He continues on spending time with his friends and still in disguise. He carries on with the disguise, apparently for some time, holding forth the highlights from the Old Testament as the three tramp along. Then comes this unbelievable moment. As they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus acted as if he were going farther. But they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening and the day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them, verses 28 and 29. Now, he acted as if he was going farther. Well, nice talking to you, chaps. Sorry for your loss. Hope things turn out, but I've got to get going. Like, what in the world? Christ takes up the role of a thespian, pretending to have to move on, so they must beg him to stay. "Oh, all right, if you insist, I'll stay." Verse 31 and 32 say, "When he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it and began to give it to him. Then give it to them. Then their eyes were opened and they recognized him, but he disappeared from their sight." Poof. See ya. Jesus is the kind of guy who walks into a room and lifts the mood. He laughs, he plans, he's funny, and his timing is perfect. And what was most important to him after resurrecting was spending time with his friends. The Bible says he doesn't change, and what was important to him then is important to him now. Let's make sure we are spending time with our friend today. Love you guys. Hope to see you soon. Have a great one.